Hi, it's Jamie from an Oregon Cottage, and I thought I would just share really quickly how I'm creating the paths in our low maintenance raised bed vegetable garden. In the past I've had gravel, and while I loved the look of gravel, I hated the maintenance. And when you're dealing with a vegetable garden, you're constantly going to drop compost and dirt and stuff in the gravel, which just grows lots of weeds. So I could never keep the weeds out of the gravel paths, and it became kind of a nightmare to maintain, especially when we had moles coming up through it and disrupting and bringing up more dirt. So this time, for this new vegetable garden at our farmhouse fixer, I decided to go with cardboard and wood chips. Just basic wood chips. That way I can refresh it. If we jump something on it, we just put another layer of cardboard, and when the weeds come up, it's just more cardboard and wood chips. So I thought I would just show you how kind of some tips and tricks and stuff. It's not rocket science, but I thought I'd just take you along with me. Okay, first I want to talk about the different types of wood chips. Basically you have two choices. You can try to get some free that people take trees down and then they shred them, and so you get a lot of leaves and bark and stuff, or you can buy it. And this is purchased. You can see that it's very, very uniform. It would be easy to walk on, you know, there's no big branches in it or anything. The downside, of course, is it's spendy. This pile, I think it was 1.5 yards, costs $45. So I mean, we won't have to purchase it again for another year or two, but still there is that. Now let me take you over and show you what the free stuff looks like. Okay, this is the entrance to our vegetable garden. We got started last fall placing some cardboard. You can see where we ran out right there. And all of this that we laid last fall, we managed to get free. And you can see that it's not uniform. It's got some little branches in it. When I laid it down, it had a lot of leaves and stuff, but those have since disintegrated. You can see here where we kind of got a different kind. It's a little more fine, but you can also see that it's pretty easy to walk on. Like, it does its job. The one thing that you're going to need if you're going to do any garden of this size is you're going to need a lot of cardboard. So this is our little shed. We have big plans to make this pretty one day, but right now it's just your basic shed. And this is our, I'm going to tell you, this is our secret. This is what we do. And we just use it for piling up our cardboard. Once we get all of the paths laid one time, we won't need to keep this much. But right now we have a lot to do, so we're keeping it because you'd be surprised how quick it goes. Okay, so once you've collected your cardboard, you're going to run into a couple of different things. First of all, you're going to have some clear tape, and you're just going to want to get that off of there as you're preparing it, because it'll come off later and it'll be much harder to deal with when it's in the wood chips coming off. So you want to take off all the clear tape. If you have tape that's not clear, that's like this, it's a little bit better. It disintegrates a little bit more, but if it's easy to take off, I just go ahead and take that off too. Then you'll want to have a pair of clippers with you in the garden, or cutters, not clippers, and just, be ready to take everything off, make it go quickly as possible out there, because you need flat cardboard. Find the edge, open it up, and get all your cardboard ready like that, and you're ready to go. Okay, this is the area that I'm going to cover today. This is just a gravel. It was a building site, so it was gravel over dirt, and it just grows huge amounts of weeds. The reason there aren't more is because I've had it covered with plastic. So I did want to mention that if you have a lot of dandelion perennial weeds, they do tend to come up through the cardboard, so you might want to take the time to pull as much of those out as you can. The other alternative is just to every year layer, and eventually they'll die. They will come up every year. However, these kind of weeds, these really light perennial kind of weeds, oh, the sun is so bright, I hope you can see them, but just grass and weeds, you can just put the cardboard right over the top of that and it will smother it and they won't come back up. So I wanted to mention too that you can do it over anything. You could do it over grass growing as a way to make paths or build beds. You can also do this over any kind of soil that you have. It doesn't matter, just as long as they're for paths, you just lay the cardboard and the wood chips. A few hours later, and we have completely transformed space, I think. Doesn't that look great? The best part about it is so nice. And I kind of just sort of squished it over there. Once it starts getting gray, it'll all blend in. Like I was saying, the best thing about this is it is done. It's done for the entire year. I might have to pull a weed here or there, but that's about it. This is completely done, and I might not even have to do more than just refresh it with chips next year. It just depends on what happens. So this is a really cool way to just basically kind of transform a place to make it look great and for low maintenance. So lay some cardboard and wood chips. Get to it.